how did Adam and Eve communicate? Because language is a very complex element. Can't just get up and just start talk. So that's like how does the language work? Yeah, does that just like when you can't just be a baby and just start walk. So that's there are progression, there are laws of nature where you have to abide by these step by step to get to point D. You can't just go from point A to point D. You gotta go through A, B, C first. It's a law, right? The language is an element which have to abide by that rule. You can't just speak, you can't just go a Cuba right now and just start speak Spanish. No, me have to learn Spanish, right? So how did Adam and Eve communicate? Them are gonna say, yo, well you don't know, say God. God say, yo, you can't chat. So you chat to each other, you talk to each other. What language? You understand? What language were they speaking? You understand? Oh, were they writing? You understand? Like, so these are the things when I say where it's like, alright, the nature of reality means you have to learn to walk, you have to learn to talk. Not even just learn to talk, but you have to develop a language. You understand? So God would have to give them a language for them talk and communicate. You understand? So it's not like, you know, like them tell the story like say, yeah, God make him and them just start talk. So like that's a talking work. And that's a talking work. You understand? Talking become natural to us because we've been talking since we are 3. So we underestimate the complexity of talking language. Language is not something we can just get up and just, yeah, I hate that. You understand? So where is the language? No answer for that. God. So God just say, yo, language create alphabet, pronunciation, dialect. All these things come with language. You think language? You understand? There are gestures, there are expressions. You know, whole heap of things come with language. Your pronouns, adjectives, the whole heap of things. You can't just get up and just have a conversation. So, right? So that happened. And then not even gonna talk about the snake and the tree. But what me I gonna talk about is, so God create them, God talk to them, Him want them. And so even though Him know them I gonna do what them I gonna do. Remember them say God know before it happen. So Him know everything we are gonna do before it happen. But yet still Him a go put the tree, knowing say I go touch the tree. And even though Him knows say I go touch the tree, Him still create the tree. Him never have to create the tree. Is that like it was a garden of tree them? Just one big tree, you know that like this big old planet and a one tree. It's like him purposely do it. Like that don't make no sense for a man say, yo, you know, so me no want you. Me no want you to drive my car. Then imagine you is a father and you tell the kid say, you know, say, me don't want you drive my car. See? And then no, you don't want them drive your car. You leave the car key right in him room. Instead of leaving the car key in your room, you put the car key in a film room and tell him that don't touch the car key. See? On top of that, you also went to the future and you know he's going to take up the car key that you left in his room. And with that information, you still put the car key in his room and you still tell him, say, even though you know, say like that. And then when him drive the car, come back, you ask him why him drive the key. Like, this is how they say God is. Like, this is the type of a God will create this. You think is that stupid to do something like that? And them try to explain, explain the nonsense. It's like, and them cannot win. Them don't realize that you're gonna try to explain. Trust me. Let somebody tell you something purposely that's nonsense, and then try to explain it. You can't explain something that's nonsense, right? So, see him God now. Then talk to them, tell them don't, and still create the tree. No, instead of serpent debut. We don't know serpent debut because God never said, well, yeah, me used to be Satan in the boat. Well, be careful of Satan. If they want about Satan, you know. If they want about Satan, you know, even though Satan debut, because it's not like the Satan did they about a far part and they just end up in a garden of the tree. Understand? And God know everything before that. So if those say Satan, they about him. They never want them about any type of Satan. He just want about the one local tree where he never have to create. You understand? But it's a story. Now, when somebody tell you the story, then you say about why I make the tree. And I would say, well, them just want to make the tree, but why make the tree? Well, them know why you touch the tree is so, the tree is so harmful and so deadly. Why make the tree? And then even though him knows say by make it that, why make? So I guess God give them a language and ask them what's the language, them know the language. Because there's no language that was described, say, oh, they speak this and this is nothing about language they in the Bible. Like say, yeah, they have to talk about if you have some kind of language. It is not fairy tale, man. Not just develop language. You understand? Even if a God give them the language, them still would have to have the language and be able. No, God create the two of them, make them know. So yo, we're not the first two, not Adam and Eve. No, you name Adam and you name Eve. You understand? So I don't know if a God name them name themselves. We not so much questions. When somebody had tell you a story, all of these questions should have an answer. Like you should have an answer. Where you get the name from? The mother name me. Oh, Adam and Eve get them name. You understand? Like Adam and Eve. Then so them name get the name Adam and get the name Eve. Then never give them no clothes. I don't hear them say God give them no clothes. I don't hear them say God give them tools. Them never know how to make fire, cook. They give them no pressure cooker, no pot, like. You understand? They give them no instruction. Like, so what they in a garden, what we do now? Trying to survive. It's like, yeah, it's like, man just put the dog in the garden and just left. They say, alright, later. No kind of technology, no nothing. You understand? Nothing to survive, but yet still them survive and them travel go one part and see other people. You see? So the story go. If I left out any part of the story, gonna make me know in the comment, but that's what I remember from that story. See? So them left and go over one part and see other people. After they were the first set of people where them say God make, and them travel go over one part and see next setup. Alright, so God goes so boom. Now, can somebody survive on this anywhere on the planet? Anywhere, can anybody survive on this planet without tools, without clothes, without language, without any means of protecting yourself? You know, like, would you leave your baby in the jungle? No, you wouldn't leave your baby in the jungle. Even if you give your baby a smartphone, you still wouldn't leave your baby in the jungle and just say, yeah, take care, alright? We link. I go talk to Moses and then Moses go. On top of that, God make Adam and Eve the first humans, and him never tell them say, well, make sure say you document this and record this and tell everybody say, I mean him God and I mean, you understand? Him never give Adam and Eve messages just like how him give Moses them messages to send on to Eve. Him just met them and just cut. Like him just met them one, give them one about one tree. You know one about the snake in them, no one about the serpent and the devil and the Lucifer them. You know one about that tree. See? And we say, oh, this is language from this era, from this group, this village. You understand? But not one you hear any language from Adam and Eve. So we don't know what them talk for them pick there, what them talk, what them say, what's their language. You understand? So you cannot have a set of people and them not have no language. You see? And that more what were the language and why didn't God tell them to tell us?